A question that I get asked often is a Scrum Master a junior or an apprentice? Agile coach, we are going to deep dive into this topic in today's video, and I need to warn you, it's not going to be pretty. I made this video some time back detailing the differences in how most companies handle these two roles, the Scrum Master, the Agile coach. You can watch it later, but in a nutshell, the Scrum Master's next step in their career is usually becoming an Agile coach. The Agile coach gets paid more, usually gets paid more because they are dealing with higher level people. Scrum Masters in most companies work with a single team, maybe 2 teams, 3 teams, but at a team level, coaching them, supporting them in applying the Agile Manifesto, the Agile principles, the Scrum framework, while the Agile coach works with the rest of the organization, stakeholders, managers, directors, spreading agility to the rest of the organization. If you have these two roles in your organization, can you relate to these facts? Do you agree with what we just said? Most people say yes, but there are a few problems. Let's go back to the root. The source of Scrum, the Scrum Guide 2020, which clearly mentions that the Scrum Master shouldn't be working with teams alone. They should work with the entire organization, from developers to product owner, to stakeholders, to directors, to managers, the entire chain. They should be spreading the Scrum framework, spreading agility throughout the entire organization. The Scrum Master serves the organization in several ways, including leading, training, and coaching the organization in its Scrum adoption, planning and advising Scrum implementations within the organization, helping employees and stakeholders understand and enact an empirical approach for complex work, and removing barriers between stakeholders and Scrum teams. What do you think? I feel that it's pretty clear, but how? How did we divert so much from this definition and believe that the Scrum Master should be working at the team level only instead of the entire organization? That the Scrum Master is lower than the Agile coach, especially in organizations with vertical hierarchical structure, with vertical growth paths, junior, media, senior, all this as a Scrum Master, a junior Scrum Master, a media Scrum Master, a senior Scrum Master, and then you become an Agile coach. Again, let's go back to the source. How do companies, especially big companies, implement agility, the Scrum framework? They go to these consulting companies, these training companies, and pay them so that they can implement agility in their organization. And what do these companies do? They preach horizontal structures. Everyone at the same level. Everyone self-organizing, self-managing. But that's for developers only. That's for a product owner only, or other roles in the organization. But for their roles, the Scrum Master role, the Agile coach role, no, it's not applicable. Vertical structure, simply because they can bill higher. They can charge more for an Agile coach or a senior Scrum Master instead of a junior Scrum Master. Double standards. And obviously, directors, managers of these organizations where training companies, consulting companies come implement agility will believe that the Scrum Master is a junior Agile coach. They are just following what they were told. Obviously, the Scrum Master needs to work with a single team, while the Agile coach, who is paid more, build more, works with the entire organization. Some companies, directors, managers in some companies even believe that Agile is for the team only. Scrum framework for the teams only. Us managers, directors, we are not really concerned with agility. You do your thing. You meet the deadline. We don't really care how you implement this Agile thing or this Scrum framework. Consulting companies sell Agile like that because it's an easy sell. Guaranteed faster delivery, guaranteed cutting costs, while not bothering the directors, the managers, and following the trend, moving from the waterfall model to agility. This myth creates an artificial barrier between what Scrum Masters do and Agile coaches do. The Scrum Master is only allowed to work at a team level, not talk with stakeholders, directors, managers. How can you implement agility and Scrum throughout the entire organization if you can only work with your team? You can't do an inside-out change. While the Agile coach, not working with teams, spreading agility, the Scrum framework through the entire organization, outside in change. The Agile coach is not in the trenches, not on the ground, and it's really hard to change. Work with Scrum teams when you're not in the trenches. The Scrum Master has a unique perspective, which allow them to do an inside-out change, which is always better. And because of this barrier, this artificial barrier, we are preventing the Scrum Master, the Agile coach, and the organization from using this data, this valuable data, and as a result, preventing a good spread of agility and the Scrum framework. It's an impediment. It's slowing down the spread of agility, the implementation of agility, and should be tackled like any other impediments. We should remove it. And that's the first thing, the very first thing you should fix as a Scrum Master, an Agile coach, or someone who is involved in the implementation of agility in your organization. Empowering Scrum Masters. Again, they are in the trenches. They are aware of the issues of the teams that they support, of the impediments of the teams that they support, the daily routines of the teams. They can do this inside out change. They only need to be empowered to be able to talk with stakeholders, the directors, the managers. But in order to do that, same level, a manager, a director will not be listening to a Scrum Master if they know they can talk with an Agile coach. So it needs to be balanced first. And once you balance it, you can empower the Scrum Master so that they can really change the organization with a unique perspective. I have nothing against the role of the Agile coach. My channel's name is Your Agile Coach. But honestly, do we really need them? It's a marketing ploy. We don't need Agile coaches if we empower Scrum Masters. If we give the Scrum Masters power to work outside the team. But if you insist in hiring Agile coaches, ensure that they have a real proven track record of working outside in, this outside in change, which is extremely difficult to do. Proven track record, ensure that they have this proven track record of working outside in. And if you find this rare Agile coach who has this skill, let me know. I need to hire them. Which brings me to my next point. If you want more tips, insights on Agile Scrum personal growth, click on the video that stands out the most on the screen right now, and I'll see you in a few seconds.